Hello everybody, this is Mona and welcome to Butterflies Home and Garden. Guys, I'm coming on to do an update video. The garden is just really exploded with growth. We are finally getting a week where we're not getting so much rain, but in trade of that, it is so hot. Super hot. Let's see what it says over here. I don't know what it's showing because I got a glare, so yeah, but looking at it, we're like at about 97, 98 degrees. It's hot. So let me do a quick tour and show you what's growing on in the garden. This right here is the pink lemonade blueberry bush, and it is doing exceptionally well. Okay, sorry about that. Had a little interruption. But this is the pink lemonade blueberry bush. This is a tomato. I think this is I think it's called Big Rainbow tomato. So we will see as it grows. And let's start over this way today. As you can see, I have started getting my watering system in, and hopefully probably going to do some more once it starts to cool off a little bit later on, and see if I want to go this route or go, you know, utilize some of the soaker hose, and I'll probably end up doing both, using them both. So but the watermelon, I mean, look at it's starting to vine out. This is so exciting. And these two back there, they are coming up. So I'm glad I didn't pull them and I waited a moment. Before we go to the rest of the yard, this is another tomato plant right here. These are yellow, and I think this is a Gray's zucchini. And that one's a yellow, no, that one's a green, and that one on the end is a yellow. We have here another squash. That little pesky booger right there. That white moth. Some cabbage right there, and these are some ground cherries. And of course, my sweet potato slips are over in that one. I'm gonna give another watering. I did water this morning, but it's so hot and humid. It just, you know, these are all of my potatoes, and you see they're drooping over. So I'm gonna give them another watering. But they're all doing really well. I did decide to take the ground cherry out of this veggie pot. What's going on? And I moved it down to the back of the yard. And some cabbage. This is my overwinter experiment. Look how that has bounced back, guys. I am so happy it did, because I truly forgot to take it in when I was hardening off things. So in a previous video I showed that it was just looking really sad. But it has bounced back. It has blooms and starting to get some peppers. So I am really excited about that. I'll show you the ground cherries where they're at in a moment, once I kind of get to that part of the yard. Cucumbers, the cukes are doing good. I'm training them to trellis up, so how exciting is that? Our okra down here is doing really good as well. And over here we have our artichoke, which that is still just the freakiest looking leaf on this. Truly unbelievable. Let me get this one off. Over here we have our yellow zucchini, and we got some that are ready to be picked. Yeah. So I'm going to do that today because there's a couple other of the zucchinis. This is a green one. I still see some babies on there. Back here is where I put the ground cherries at, and I hope they bounce back. They're looking better than they were yesterday. But being underneath that veggie pod, you know, it's protected and semi-shaded, so, you know, it's just gone into a little bit of shock being out in the sun. So I'm going to keep watering them and see what happens. You know, that one right here, just from yesterday to today, you know, was perked up. So I'm hoping the rest of them will do the same. And I do have some other ones down in here just in case, but I hope these bounce back because it was just doing so well, but it had gotten too big for the veggie pod down here. I don't think I've been down there where this trellis is at. That is where we planted the grapevines. So I have a red and green seedless grape. So I don't know, let's see how close we can get to that one right there. You see it's picking up its little head. And look at my greedy birds. These are some greedy birds, and they are messy. You know, the only reason why I'm feeding them is because it is keeping them out of the garden, but they are really, really getting on my nerves. Look at all of that. All of that wasted seed. Just ridiculous. So, yeah. They tripping. All right, back to the garden. Our hot peppers are doing fantastic. Everything is taking off and starting to bloom and get buds. And all of these over here as well. And now the collards are doing fantastic, but let's go over here to this other squash and the corn. I don't know why that thing keeps turning. I haven't adjusted everything yet. This is another green zucchini. So, yeah, and the collard greens. Oh, before we get to those, these are some pole beans, some runner beans that I planted. And as you can see, everything is starting to sprout. So, yay. I think this was a kidney bean, a light red kidney bean. So, very excited about that. Very, very. And the corn, yeah, it is awesome. Definitely knee-high by the 4th of July. So, our basil's doing good. I'm going to give it another fish emulsion. I hadn't gotten around to doing that. It's doing good. Our sweet peppers down here are doing good. The collards, as you can see, yeah, I'm going to be doing a harvest on these really soon, really soon. But I want to wait until I had a time to harvest it and actually, you know, get them cut and decide if I'm going to cook a batch or just freeze it all. Not sure yet. We'll see. Sweet peppers, like I said, are doing great. This is the Blue Hubbard squash over here. This is the one that the instructions were to plant 14 weeks before the last frost. I'm not going to do, if I decide that I like this squash and I'm going to continue to plant year after year, I'm not going to start them 14 weeks ahead of time. I felt like that was too soon because it grew really fast. But it started to die back right before the last frost. So next year, if I like it and I decide to grow it again, I'm going to wait. Not going to do 14 weeks ahead. This one right here, I'm going to let it stay in here a little longer and see, you know, if it bounces back. You know, you never know. Over here is a mixture of different melons. I think this one is the banana melon, then the kiku melon, and then up there is a kajari melon. So, and my bush beans over here, some of them are going to seed, which I don't know why. They have a lot of blooms on them, so hopefully we start to see some beans pretty soon. And down here on this side we have some tomatoes, which are doing fantastic. This is my 3 dwarf blueberry bushes. These are tomatoes, and some of them I put celery in for companion gardening. And someone asked me in one of my last videos that I did, what is the relevance of the celery combination with tomatoes? Well, from my research of what I've done, they both complement each other and making each other sweeter. So this is my first year doing this, so we will see. But I did want to show you this, and I have a question if someone can answer it. This right here is called a Reese, and I'm gonna butcher this name, a Reese tomato, and it's like this weird little cluster tomato, but it's one whole tomato. I mean, it's really something. So let me kind of stop and give you guys a little clip. All right, guys, I couldn't find my catalog to show you this tomato that I'm talking about. Oops, hold on. But it is this. And again, I know I'm probably butchering the name. Let me see, get a little larger there. But that is the tomato. So I don't know if that tomato vine looks like that because of the shape of this. Yeah, so I don't know. So again, if any of you have ever seen a tomato vine do that, or tomato stem do that, please let me know in the comments below what that means. So let's get back into the tour. Okay, I'm back. So as you can see, it's a very weird looking tomato. But what is really tripping me out is the stem. Look at this stem. Let me see if I could get a good shot. It's like fused together. I hope I'm getting it good because it's such a glare out here. I can't see. Let me see. What must I say? Let's pinch this out of the way. Yeah, that's better. And that one. So look at that stem. I mean, that is the weirdest stem. So I don't know if it's just due to the variety of tomato that this is. I mean, it's already a very unique tomato to begin with. But if anybody has ever had that happen to them with a tomato plant, leave a comment below telling me exactly why it did this. I mean, you can see the plant is still very healthy and it's thriving, but this is really weird. None of my other tomatoes, and even in the past, I've never had a tomato plant do that. And my strawberries, I'm just telling you, cabbage and strawberries have been a challenge for me to grow. Miss Cheryl over at Cheryl's Organic Food Forest, you grow the most beautiful strawberries. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my strawberries. I mean, it's got some, you know, new growth coming in, as you can see, but it's just, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to keep trying. Back here are some more tomatoes, and they're all doing very well. And no, I still haven't gotten to that, but I'm going to do it today. I've gotten to it some, but I'm going to finish getting all of those transplanted today. The garlic is doing well. Even some of them are really getting ready to be harvested. They're starting to brown up and lean over, so I'm excited because that batch of garlic I planted last October, so it overwintered. So I'm really excited about that. Over here I picked up another strawberry start from Lowe's. These are some roots, strawberry roots, and we got some that popped up. Now I know with strawberry roots it could take a couple years for those to really kind of start producing anything or pop up. So I was really surprised to see this. And this is my lone fig tree. And it really had a rough start, but it is really bounced back and doing well. Some more sweet potato slips, and we got some tomatoes up here. The rhubarb is amazing. Really pleasantly surprised, because when it first came back in, it went straight to seed. So when it started to kind of bounce back after that, yeah, so it's doing really good, and probably get a harvest off of that, make some strawberry rhubarb pie. This is where I planted some eggplant seeds, some, I think, Black Beauty and the Karzani eggplant. So starting to sprout up there. Yeah. So, I still got roughly about 110, 120 growing days. So, hopefully they produce before that. And we'll have some eggplant this year. So as far as like pest goes, Backyard Gardener did a live chat the other day. I'm still getting caught up on your other two that you did. And she asked me if I were having any problem with any pests, and I said so far no, but I need to back up. The rabbits were a challenge when I first put everything out. And I saw a couple of potato beetles, this is another thing that I had meant to talk about as far as for the Japanese beetle and the potato beetle, what I am using on top of just, the norm of the neem oil and all of that, is the Spectracide Bag-a-Bug. Last year I had such a huge challenge with the Japanese beetle, and I went into Lowe's and was looking for something that was all organic, non-chemical. And one of their sales associates, she was like, go get the Spectracide Bag-a-Bug. And when I tell you, we put one here and another on the side of the yard. And not kidding you, by the end of one day, there were so many Japanese beetles. I mean, that bag filled all the way up to the narrow part. Unbelievable. So when I saw that potato beetle, I was like, okay, let me be proactive. And that is really what I'm trying to do for this season, is being proactive, not waiting until I see the pest to, do a treatment. Just being proactive. So as I was planting things, once I got everything in the ground and they got established, I was using my neem. I was using Gary over at the Rustic Garden. He has a seed shop, and he also has peppermint and rosemary oils. And I used that because got that last year, and I'm gonna tell you, it did work. That peppermint oil, put it in a sprayer, and I just sprayed the dirt around like the outline of the raised beds, and it works. See, look at that Japanese beetle. Yeah, what it is that little right here, you see that it has a smell that attracts the Japanese beetles. And once they come, and once they get down inside of that yellow part, it's slippery, so they just end up falling right in and they can't get out. So yeah, I'm gonna actually put another cylinder in there. But yes, so I'm hoping not to have that same issue again this year with the Japanese beetle. because last year it was just crazy trying to stay on top of that because it happened so quickly. This year, like I said, being proactive on just treating everything. So I think that's about it, guys. So as always, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. All right, guys, I forgot one more thing. So well, let's go over here and take a look at the carrots and some onions that I planted. So over here in this veggie pod is nothing but chives. But the carrots, as you can see, are doing great. These onions down here are called Alicia onion. It's from a seed I got from Baker Creek, and it's supposed to be like a very large white sweet onion. So I'm giving that a go. Carrots are doing good. Over here are a mixture of red and white onions. This veggie pod I have already harvested cabbage and the Napa cabbage and the red cabbage. So as you can see, these are ready to be harvested as well, and I'll probably do that today. And oh, I've been looking for this. Do that today and fry up some cabbage. So I don't know, I might turn the camera back on for you guys to see that. And over here, look at the green beans that my little itty bitties planted. So Mason, Braxton, and Ava planted these seeds. So yay, guys, you can see that they're growing. Some ground cherries in here, and over here is the butternut squash, and it's doing its thing. So okay, seeing a few female flowers on there, so that is good. So now this truly is the end. So as always, guys, be blessed, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.